For so many people, Canyon Lake is just this beautiful community hub. It's a spot for boating, fishing, all that good stuff. But for years, there was this problem, a hidden threat, really, lurking right under the surface and threatening everything. So today, we're going to break down how one surprisingly simple chemical is completely turning the tide. So, what was this invisible threat we're talking about? Well, it wasn't something you could just see at first, but you could definitely see what it was doing to the lake. We're talking murky water and these massive, really harmful algae blooms that would just choke the life out of the water. And the real culprit? It was an overload of one single element. And yeah, that brings us right to the heart of it, the lake's long-standing, stubborn algae problem. See, to really get why the solution works so well, you first have to understand the cause. And it all comes down to the fact that we were, feeding the algae a little too much. The key ingredient for all this trouble is a little thing called phosphorus. The easiest way to think about it, it's basically fertilizer for algae. Just like you'd put fertilizer on your lawn to make it grow, phosphorus makes algae grow. Now, a little bit is totally natural, but way too much, that's how you get an overgrown, unhealthy lake. And believe me, Canyon Lake has been getting way too much of this fertilizer for a very, very long time. This is not a new problem. We're talking decades of runoff from city streets, from people's fertilized lawns, and from upstream farms all washing into the lake. It created this huge stockpile of phosphorus just sitting there, waiting to fuel the next big algae bloom. So if the problem is too much phosphorus, how in the world do you get it out? It's not like you can just scoop it up with a net, right? Well, instead, the community turned to a really clever chemical solution. Let's talk about Alum, which basically acts like a magnet for phosphorus.
Okay, so alum, its official name is aluminum sulfate, has one very specific, very important job. When you put it in the water, it finds and chemically latches onto phosphorus. And this is the crucial part. It doesn't just get rid of the algae itself, no, it takes away the food the algae needs to grow in the first place. It starves the problem at its source.
So here's the play-by-play. First, they spray liquid alum over the lake's surface. As soon as it hits the water, it forms this light, kind of fluffy stuff called flock. Just picture this flock as a super sticky net that slowly drifts down through the water. As it sinks, it grabs onto phosphorus particles. And finally, the whole thing settles in the lake bed, locking that phosphorus away in the sediment where the algae just can't get to it anymore. Pretty smart, right? And this program isn't brand new. Nope, it's been going on since 2013, which is fantastic for us because it gives us over a decade of data. We can see its long-term impact, and it tells a story of some real, measurable improvement. This timeline really puts it all into perspective. Before 2013, the lake was in this constant battle with high phosphorus levels and these just nasty algae blooms. But 2013, that was the big turning point. That's when the alum treatment started. And the result today? A lake with way fewer severe blooms and much, much better water clarity. And you don't have to take my word for it. Here's the data to prove it. This chart says it all. Before the program, you can see phosphorus levels were constantly spiking, way above the state targets. But after 2013, those levels dropped, big time. And they've stayed much closer to the healthy target levels ever since. I mean, that's a clear win. So what does all this science actually mean for you, for the average person who just wants to enjoy the lake? It's really simple. It means fewer of those lake closed signs because of toxic algae. It means when you look in the water, you can actually see what's down there. And most importantly, it means a healthier, safer, and just flat out more enjoyable lake for everyone. Okay, but it's really important to keep a balanced perspective here. As amazing as Alum is, it's a management tool. It's not a permanent one-and-done cure. The fight to keep Canyon Lake clean is absolutely an ongoing effort. Yeah, the work is never really done. These treatments have to be repeated a couple of times every single year just to keep those phosphorus levels in check. And every time a big storm rolls through, guess what? A whole new batch of nutrients can get washed into the lake, threatening to start the cycle all over again. Plus, it takes constant, careful monitoring to make sure the treatment stays safe for the fish and all the other critters that call the lake home. But even with all those challenges, this quote right here, it really gets to the heart of why alum is such a powerful strategy. It's proactive. Instead of just waiting for an algae bloom to happen and then trying to clean up the mess, this method removes the fuel. It prevents the fire from even starting. So when you really weigh the costs, the effort, and the benefits, Alum just stands out. It has consistently shown itself to be one of the most reliable and, frankly, cost-effective ways to manage the health of this lake and keep it open and safe for everyone. Ultimately, this isn't just a chemistry lesson, It's about protecting a vital community asset. This whole program is a safeguard for recreation, it helps maintain property values for people who live there, and it secures the long-term ecological health of Canyon Lake itself. And that kind of leaves us with a much bigger question to chew on. The story of Canyon Lake is a fantastic case study, but this idea applies everywhere. As our communities grow and develop, how do we strike that balance? The balance between progress and the crucial job of protecting the very natural resources that make our communities places we actually want to live.